Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. We're here at Mobile World Congress 2017 in Barcelona in Spain, and I am talking with Thomas Fredberg of Ericsson. Thomas, welcome. Thanks for talking to us and good to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Let's start like this. There's a lot of talk in the industry in general about something called global distributed architecture, which will connect all the clouds and all devices. Do you think that's possible? Will it happen and when?
Absolutely. It is happening as we speak. And the best example of that is go around the Mobile World Congress here today and looking at everybody launching 5G in different shapes and form and supporting that type of an architecture. It starts with the devices. Many different type of devices needs to go transport their data into the network. And for that we have 5G slicing. Whenever that comes into a network, it needs to be processed in some way, and you can process that in different sorts of endpoints. We normally call them clouds. And for those type of clouds, you also need to be able to schedule up different sorts of resources for different types of end devices that have different cost points. So to have a right-sized type of computing power in the other end, that's also part of what's needed to make this cost efficient. And inside the cloud, we from Ericsson need to work together in this, amongst the Hyperscale design architecture and our HDS 8000 we have inside the cloud to be able to right-size the compute resources to take care of all these things today.
Okay, can we elaborate on that a little, Thomas? Here at Mobile World, you, Ericsson and Intel have been showcasing this future digital infrastructure. What's involved in it? What does that actually mean?
It means that we need to, in some way, improve the way that we have cost efficiency in a data center. And one way to do that we are showcasing is a big robotic wall that is able to change the different components based on the demand of the computing you need to do.
I've seen it, that's the one that's picking...
Absolutely,
yeah,
it's sort of a pick and place machines, but for very, very large components here, we call them tiles. That could be liquid cooled, they could be changing the way they are interconnected with each other with fiber optics and those kind of things. So you always have the right size computer for the task at hand.
Okay, now let's go back a couple of years. Back at Mobile World Congress in 2015, Ericsson announced the Hyperscale data center system, 8000 with Intel rack scale design, which you just mentioned. How has it been received in the market?
Very well. I mean, we had tremendous interest, both from our existing operators that we have as our traditional customer base, but also from other type of utility industries and connected cities, connected vehicles and all these kind of things. We have over 60, 70 different customers now that we are constantly doing work with, of implementing it. So it is here now, we are having it live in the network, and it's all thanks to the Hyperscale design and the HDS 8000 that we're getting a momentum in this world.
So over a 2-year period, you've gone from concept, proof of concept, all the way through to full deployment?
Absolutely, yes. And we're shipping now as we speak.
Thank you. Now last week you announced a joint Hyperscale lab with Intel with the notion of accelerating SDI and rack scale design into the market. Tell us about that.
Yeah. The software-defined infrastructure is a way sort of how you can divide up the pieces and mold them together and composing the systems you need. And for that we need to have an assurance that we can work together different players in the ecosystem. So to be able to see that we have interoperability, that we have good test cases, and also, amongst other things, to show for the end customer what can be done. So that we think that Intel and Ericsson could lead that way into the SDI type of an industry.
And Thomas, thanks for that. A final question to you is this. Ericsson is renowned globally as an infrastructure provider, switches and so on. You're not seen as an IT vendor, but you seem to be moving into that sphere. What are you doing and why?
That's a good observation. I mean, we are definitely known in the telco industry and been there for a long time. And we see that the different industries are converging, and specifically IT and telecom is converging because all our customers are having a great need for more IT type of equipment.
Sure.
And they don't want to spend one IT equipment and one telecom equipment, and then maybe also a third media type of equipment. They want to have it all on the same type of equipment. So they need to converge. And so we're actually just adding the ability to bring in IT capabilities into our existing type of infrastructure. and by that just adding capability, and then we're entering sort of into the classical type of IT enterprise space as well.
So you're reacting to market need?
I would say so, yes, and,
Yeah.
and especially our existing customer base, we also see that they have the same need as a lot of the other ones, the connected cities and so on and so forth. So the whole marketplace is actually converging in such.
Okay, Thomas Redberg, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.